right, the ball's in play. The game is underway. Quickly from the throw-in, it's picked out of there by Juan Martin Nero. Nero, the number 3 in white for Chukker Caracas. Nero takes that ball to the boards. Nero passing up to Sapo Cassette. Action on the sideboards. The ball is turned around by Mike Azzaro for Zakara. But picking off the play, turning it around will be Juan Martin Nero. Nero taps twice. Nero now uncorks the pass downfield. The ball well downfield. Picked up here by Magoo Laprida. Magoo picks it off for Zakara. Magoo Laprida, the number 3 in black. Magoo working both sides of the pony, trying to get around Obregon. Laprida takes a shot, can't get it picked off, but Mike Azzaro gets the job, hands it back down to Laprida. Laprida losing that ball at the sideboards. Mike Azzaro dribbles once. Mike Azzaro sends one along the ground, trying to get it over to Facundo Pierez. The ball pushed out of there by Nero, but intercepted and sent forward. Laprida down to Pierez. Pierez with a long shot right there, beautifully done. And Facundo Pierez scores from about 85, 90 yards out. First goal of the game goes to Zakara. Passing the ball downfield to Cassette, decides to come on his own. Nero comes through. Juan Martin Nero breaks through the pack. Nero puts it towards goal. Juan Martin Nero shot. Carries, I believe, through for the score. Yes, it is. And it's tied up at 1 goal apiece. 3:15 remain in the Chukker. 1-1 the score. And we'll come back to the center line. Juan Martin Nero equalizing the score at 1-all. Juan Martin Nero. Nero advancing downfield. He's challenged there by Laprida, but going forward, picking up the play. Getting past the defender, it's Cassette. Cassette inside the 30. Cassette shot through for the score. The goal post is down. The goal will count. Chukker Caracas takes the lead. Just under 2 minutes left here in Chukker number 1. It's now 2-1. Cassette makes the score.
What great teamwork here, Dale.
Oh, indeed. You saw Sapo follow up Juan Martin there. He took off again. Really a fine example of some of the horsepower out there. But he immediately was on the line and followed his own player and ended up picking up that loose ball and taking it and scoring the goal. Just really exceptional teamwork.
Facundo Pierez bringing the ball downfield. Facundo Pierez running out of time. He'll have to hit quickly. Facundo gets past Nero. Facundo Pierez just keeping that ball in front. Facundo, he's about 65 yards out, runs out of time. That'll end the Chukker 2-1. Chukker Caracas with the lead. 2-1 at the end of 1 full Chukker of play. Cassette has lost that ball. Obregon backs him up, but stealing the ball, turning it around is Facundo Pierez. Pierez inside the 60, trying to get around Vargas. Vargas takes a swing. Pierez. Right there, we did have a whistle, I think. Yes, we did have a whistle. Clock is stopped, 5:46.
Dale, take a look at this. He's nursing that ball in there. Victor kind of jumped in front of him.
Yeah, that was the foul, and they tried to let it go. They didn't blow the whistle right away, but because of that hesitation, it really forced Facundo to give up Facundo to lose an opportunity to score the goal, and they had to blow the whistle.
And Sapo has a chance to break the tie. Sapo shot in the air. It scores, and it's now Chukker Caracas 3, Zakara 2. Nero going to goal. Juan Martin Nero inside the 40. Nero rides out the line. Nero finishes. Oh, he's left it on the field, and it's turned around by Zakara. Coming in, Facundo Pierez. Facundo Pierez runs that ball down the field. Going back on the defense will be Obregon. Cassette comes back to help out. Pierez with a bomb towards goal. Look at Mike Azzaro turn on the speed. Mike Azzaro comes through, takes a shot. Mike Azzaro doing what he likes to do. Run to goal, ties it up at 3 goals apiece.
It's funny, we talked to Mike before the game, and he talked about, I have to keep telling myself, stay back, stay back. Well, forget about that.
Yeah, Mike's going to come forward every chance he gets, and really in this game he's going to have to. He's going to have to be an offensive threat every chance he has. When Zakara has possession of the ball, he's got to look to get in the offense, and as you can see, he knows how to do it.
Well, now I think he caught Sapo sleeping there a little bit, so that's made the big difference. It's 3-3 with a minute left to go in the second. Tony?
Sapo sends a bomb downfield. Victor Vargas on a racehorse goes to goal. Vargas inside the 60, nice approach. Vargas shot. It's through for the score. Victor Vargas breaks the tie right at the horn. Lala Chukker leads the game again, 4-3 at the end of 2 full chukkers of play.
What a play by Victor Vargas. One thing about him, you know, he's a playing sponsor patron. He comes to play.
Well, you saw his teammates didn't hesitate to hit him that ball when they saw him was open, and that's a clear sign they trust him going to the goal with the ball. And as you can see, all they need him to do is finish the play, and he did that.
Mike Azzaro, Mike Azzaro getting his second goal, and it's now tied up at 4 goals apiece.
Mike Azzaro came to play today, wouldn't you say, Dale?
He sure did, Ron. I've played in quite a bit of high goal polo with Mike at the end of my career and during about the middle of his. And there's one thing about Mike you can always count on. When he comes ready to play.
Nero to pick it off. Nero challenged by Laprida. Laprida's backhander down to Mike Azzaro. Mike Azzaro inside the 60. Mike Azzaro inside the 30. Mike with his 3rd goal, and he puts the car on top. Coming to the line now will be Nero. Nero, the horn is sounded. Nero takes it down. He's bumped hard by Laprida. Nero taking it towards the center. Nero, Juan Martin Nero going towards that goal. Nero has to beat this clock. He hands it off to Obregon. Obregon bumped by Azzaro. Nero shot to Obregon. It's past the goal mouth wide. That'll end the first half. Zakara with the lead, 5-4.
Polo Properties is basically a management company. We're the steward of the U.S. Polo Association trademarks, and we manage the intellectual property of those assets. What we do basically is that we seek third parties or companies around the world that specialize in a specific category. For example, men's, women's, kids, or it could be shoes, eyewear, small leather goods, luggage, and watches as an example. And we we use the term license, but basically we're renting the rights to those trademarks for a period of time to that third party, and then they pay us a royalty when they use it. So every time they put our logo on a product, we get paid a royalty. And today we have some 70 licensees in over 130 countries.
Why would anyone want to license the USPA trademarks when there's 34 polo brands already out there?
Well, that's true, but there's several reasons why the U.S. Polo Association brand has become so popular. Number one is it's a uniqueness. We are unique because we have a story that's built on over 100 years of heritage and tradition. We provide our licensees with a branding book or a guideline. We show them how to use our trademarks, and we also define the DNA of the brand. And giving an example there, if we were to describe the brand as a person, we'd use keywords like athletic, confident, approachable, classic. We're an American classic style sportswear brand. And we get our inspiration, our design inspiration, from the sport of polo itself. We try to incorporate elements of the sport into our product. Another big reason is because we are the official product of the United States Polo Association, which is the governing body of the sport of polo in the United States. And there's not another brand that has those bragging rights.
Earlier you said that USPA Properties works with partners to offer USPA products. What does that mean?
The USPA Properties doesn't make anything. What we do is, as I said earlier, we seek reputable companies, we build a partnership with them to develop a category, and we work with them in developing the brand in their region. Now, we do give them design direction and on fashion trends, design direction in the manner of color palettes. We give them graphics to use on T-shirts. We give them a photography to use in their marketing and promoting of the sport and the brand. We have some very strong companies that we're doing business with today. Give you an example. In Europe, we have a company called Incom. They're an Italian firm that's doing men's, women, and children's apparel. In India, we have a company called Arvind Brands. They now have 65 U.S. Polo monobrand stores. In the Middle East and in Russia, we have a company called the Adenli Group. They have some 135 stores today, and we're very pleased to announce that recently we signed a new contract with Li & Fung Asia Limited, which is a subsidiary of Li & Fung, which is the largest sourcing company in the world. Now, what's significant about these type of companies, they're fully integrated. They cut out the middleman, and they're profitable because they design the product, they manufacture or source the product, they have wholesale distribution, and now we've given them rights to open up retail stores. Today, worldwide, we have 235 U.S. Polo Association stores, and we project by this time next year, they'll be double.
Just how popular has the brand become?
Well, as the licensee pays properties a royalty, we in exchange pay a royalty to the United States Polo Association for the use of that intellectual property. And our mission is to basically make money for the USPA and let them determine how they can best spend it and invest it into the sport. The majority of our money goes to the USPA other than what we need for operating capital.
And I would guess that you've got some brands that are probably more popular in some countries than others, or is just the basic polo shirt popular worldwide?
Well, the polo shirt is a fashion item today. It's done extremely well for all brands in the sportswear category. Our biggest selling item is the piqué or polo shirt with the double horseman mark on it. And why that's significant is the double horseman mark is a depiction of the true action of the sport of polo, with one player making a play against another. And we sell a tremendous amount of those clothes in men's and women's polo shirts.
And if people watching today, where can they buy these products here in the States?
Well, I suggest the first thing to do is go to our website at uspoloassn.com. You can look on the site and find the store closest to you in your state. Now, if you're local, I suggest you go to see Tony at Taqueria because he sells our product. We have some stores at Saltgrass Mall in Miami. There's 2 stores in Orlando, and there's one just north of Sarasota.
David, this is a huge success story. Congratulations for everything. You've been kind of the main rider of this all along, and all of us in polo, especially on the media and TV side, appreciate your efforts, and it's been very, very successful. Congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. We're proud of our meeting our benchmark of $1 billion in retail sales, and there's more to come.
Umpire Schwetz blows the whistle, says, back up, guys. Give me a little room. I'll give you the ball when you're ready. And he does. Out the back door, Nero. Nero fires a drive. It's a score. Juan Martin Nero from about 90 yards out ties the score at 5-all.
How about that one, Dale? He really laid the wood into that thing.
Well, we saw earlier in the first half, we saw him miss a couple of those very close, but a guy like that doesn't lose confidence, and that baby was right down the middle. And
they can defend, but they may not come from within the goal mouth. So if you'll watch the back line, probably keep your eye on, probably on Cassette in the royal blue helmet to the left of the goal mouth. That ball is high in the air, well out of the reach. Very undefendable. And it's through for the score. Zakara takes the lead, 6-5. Uh-oh. Mike Azzaro lost his stirrup, and he's acting like he might have pulled his groin muscle. Mike Azzaro is limping. He lost or broken his stirrup. And he looks like he might have hurt his groin muscle. We've got timeout on the field, 2:45. The score 6-5. Finals of the 2012 Nespresso U.S. Open Polo Championship. Umpire lines him up, gives him back the ball. Who's going to get there first? It's Mike Azzaro running to goal. He scored 3 times before. Looking for his 4th, Mike Azzaro. Mike Azzaro leads all scorers today with 4 goals. Mike Azzaro.
Dale, we got to give this guy MVP. I know the game's not over, but he's really turning it on.
You'd have to do a lot wrong to not get MVP at this point in time. And as they may have heard, Mike's a 5-time U.S. Open winner. He knows how to play polo at this level and in a match of this magnitude, and he is on today.
Azzaro leading all scorers thus far from the number 4 position. The ball back on the ground. Obregon leaves it for Cassette. Cassette taps it, now backs it across field. Azzaro with a backhander, nice defensive play, passing to Piedes. Piedes trying to get around Cassette. Cassette leans hard, but Piedes still has the ball, picks it out of the air. Look at this shot. It's got eyes, it's right there. It's put on through by, who is that? Magula Prida.
Dale, what a goal. Amazing hand-eye coordination goal in the corner, and then great follow-up from Magoo.
Well, you're seeing one of the best in his individual talent in Facundo Pierres, and then the team play for his teammate to recognize what he was going to do with the ball and be there and be ready. It was a score and just a beautiful, beautiful display of this game.
Juan Martin Neto turns back towards goal. Neto getting away from Mike Azzaro. Mike Azzaro puts some pressure on. Neto, Azzaro hooks them out of narrow. Cassette takes the loose ball. Cassette trying to get past the defending player, Piedes. Cassette gets past Piedes. Cassette, Sapo shoots. Sapo, Cassette picking up his 3rd goal of the game. It's now 8-6. Narrow takes out Piedes. Going to the line. It's a bump and a ride off coming in. Obregon takes out Laprida. Obregon, the shot against the ball. Whoa, what a bump by Laprida. Azzaro's turnaround intercepted Cassette. Cassette, he's got 2 players downfield. Cassette, Sapo Cassette. Cassette avoids the hook and heads to goal. On the defense, Lyndon Lee. Lyndon Lee turns it around on the near side. Obregon shot, backed out of there. Going to goal, Cassette. Cassette finds the mark. His 2nd goal of the Chukker. That's his 4th score of the game. It's now 8-7 with just under 2 minutes remaining here in Chukker number 5.
How about that, Dale? Started way down here with young Obregon. Just really, I mean, he was in the mix over there, and he still had the energy to come over and dig it off the boards, and it was a whole team effort to get down there.
He's a really, really, really talented young player. Looks like he's got a lot of potential. As we just talked about, Sapo Cassette has finally found a way to get offensively involved in this game, and Zakara needs to be careful of him, because now that he's engaged, this could become a different game real quick.
Ball back on the ground. Who's going to come out of there first? It is Nero down to Obregon. Obregon is getting offensive now. Obregon, he's free and going to goal. He's in. Oh, he miscues. Piedes carries the ball forward. Piedes trying to get past Cassette. Cassette, nice backhander. Cassette shot, doesn't have enough on it. Oh, it's taken off the goal line by Mike Azzaro. Nero meets the play. Lyndon Lee breaks it up, hands it off to nice shot downfield. Piedes coming in. Magula Prida and Facundo Obregon. Laprida gets his 2nd goal of the day. It's now Zakara 9, Lechuza 7.
Dale, I think Magoo got the message up here.
He most certainly did. Just an incredible display of horsemanship and teamwork, and those guys are thinking so fast, going so fast. It's really a pleasure for me to see.
5:30 left in the game.
Facundo Piedes holding on to that ball, eating up valuable time. Facundo Piedes leaves it now for Mike Azzaro. Mike sends a strong hit down the right-hand side, right to the team captain, Lyndon Lee. Lyndon Lee shot right between the posts. Lyndon Lee gets his first goal of the game, and now all 4 players on Zakara has scored at least 1 goal. Lyndon Lee.
Dale, how about this one? Lyndon Lee right in the ball game there. What a great play for him.
Guillermo Cassette Jr. to take the penalty conversion. Cassette, it's in the air, it's through for the score. It's now 10-8. That ball over the scoreboard. So with under 3 minutes, we have a 2-goal margin. It's still up for grabs. La Lechuza Caracas scratching their way back. Cassette now trying to make a run. He gets past Pierres. Pierres steals the ball. Nero is there. Nero working his way towards goal. Nero shoots. Nero. It's through for the score. No, it's not. A defend. It's off the goal post. They take it out of there. Facundo Pierres takes it out of danger. Nero breaks up the play. Nero with a backhander. Obregon sends it goalward. They're going to run out of time. Sapo Cassette clears the ball. Cassette now with the backhander. It's off the field. Clock ticking down. About 11 seconds. It looks like your 2012 Nespresso U.S. Open Polo champion will be Zakara over La Lechuza Caracas 10-8. Your 2012 Open champions, Zakara. Zakara the victors over La Lechuza Caracas. Don't go away. Join us down at midfield for the trophy and awards presentation to be presided over by our United States Polo Association's chairman, Chuck Weaver.
And what really amazed me more than anything is that we never really got our A game going because they're that good. They shut us down. But even with not playing our best, we still managed to prevail. So that makes a great team.
I don't know, man. It was such a tough game, and the long week. And I'm happy for me and the guys, the grooms, and all the people that work with us, and my family and everyone. I'm really happy.
No, fortunately I've been in situations that I've been in the finals of the Open, and I played with great players, and I've learned over the years that you really you have to peak at a right moment, and with I think a lot of the experience that I've had in the past, it really came true today, and it helped a lot.
Going back to 8.
What's that? No,
going back.
No. They say 6.
Very, very happy to win a tournament with Magu, and this kind of a tournament that we really deserve to win it. And Lyndon Lee also did a great job. He buy horses, he put a really good team. And today, Mike Asaro, not today, the last 5-6 games he was playing unbelievable, and I think today we saw the best out of him, and that's why he won the best playing, most valuable player. No?